9 facts you need to know about a narcissist based on their 9 traits of the disorder, and to explain more of why one will not change on a permanent basis. Awareness is key and knowledge is power. Suffering at the hands of a narcissist's mental and sometimes physical abuse is devastating. And a lot of us question, why would they treat someone that way? How could they be so cruel? Did they ever genuinely care? Why would they be so mean? What will they do next? And when we become trapped in the mindset of what would they do, it can keep us further locked in the cycle of abuse, often blaming ourselves for their toxic behaviour. And when we finally have the ability to leave and break the cycle and they are running a mass smear campaign, it can keep us locked on them with self-doubt and self-blame that it must have been something that we did. Why else would someone treat us that way? No, it's not you. It's never an excuse, but they have a disorder, which is the reason behind their behaviour. It's got nothing to do with you and everything to do with them and their disorder. Can they change? No, they have a disorder. It's who they are. Can they find ways to manage the disorder? Only if one would wish to do so. Yet due to the traits of the disorder, it's highly unlikely that one will. After everything you've been through with a narcissist, you can hate them, you can wish karma on them, you can forgive them, you can pity them, you can have compassion for them. So long as you do it from a distance and you can stay on track with your happiness and your life, how you feel about them or how you want to feel about them is down to you. The more we learn to recognise and understand their behaviour and their reality, the less confusing and hurtful it becomes, the less self-doubt and self-blame, frustration, anger, resentment we feel, and the more we are able to distance ourselves and our emotional responses, the happier our thoughts become. This doesn't mean let them walk all over you or take advantage of you. It means we can protect our feelings with greater awareness and perspectives. When you know what they do and why they do it, they have little power and control over you. However, some are dangerous, so no contact is always the best way to go, especially if you're dealing with a true NPD sufferer. I'm Elizabeth Shaw. Welcome to the channel, which is all about the narcissistic personality disorder, to give you more understanding of what you've been through, who you might be dealing with in your life, ways to handle them, and most importantly, how to recover from narcissistic abuse. So, the 9 traits of the disorder and their behaviours. 1. A sense of entitlement. They believe they have the right to anything and everything they want. What's yours is mine and what's mine is my own attitude. In a narcissist mind, normal rules simply do not apply to them. Whatever makes them feel good in a moment, they will do. Things like loyalty, respect, honesty, etc. is not for them. They believe that's for you, but they do not and will not agree that it is for them. They don't lie about affairs to protect your feelings. They don't lie about things they've done behind your back that hurt you to protect your feelings. They lie because they don't want you to make a decision that isn't in their best interest. Whatever a narcissist does is never about you, and it is always about them. 2. Arrogance and dominance. They are proud of who they are. Some will be in obvious ways, obvious in showing it, and some will hide it, the overt ways and the covert ways. They want to control and they will gaslight with arrogance to gain and keep control. They will lie about lies. They will lie to cover up their lies. They will edit the script to suit themselves. Then they will lie to change the story again to someone else to benefit themselves. To the narcissist, their lies are their truths. They will flip the script to what they want, and they are more convinced of their lies than you are of your truths. So they will convince you and those around them of their lies, that we are the ones who end up doubting ourselves and our reality, that we should never have doubted in the first place. They are the ones distorting our reality through their gaslighting, causing cognitive dissonance within our mind. 3, they exploit. They are exploitative. Whatever they do is only ever to meet a need of their own. Even the grandiose overts can act in covert, underhand, hidden ways for no reason at all. They will take you down, hurt you, lie to you, con you, deceive you, and withdraw any affection towards you, and they will replace you whenever they feel a need to do so, whenever they've exploited all they can from you. Don't be fooled though. If they believe they can exploit some more from you as you now have something to offer, they will come back with the hoover. 4, grandiose. If they show it or not, they believe they are superior to all others. Their appearance matters more to them than you do, whatever that appearance is to them. So whether they are the type to wear a suit and tie, whether they are the ones to wear jogging bottoms and trainers, whether they want tattoos, no tattoos, piercings, it's that personal preference, appearance to them, and it is important to them. Often not only how they look, but also what others think of them. Again, that's individual to the narcissist. If they want everyone to fear them, they will be that bad person that everyone fears. If they want everyone to love them and like them, they will put on that grand act of being the community narcissist that looks like they're really charitable and helpful and kind. If they want others to think they are kind, they will go all out. If they want others to think they are outspoken, they will go all out with that too. They're only interested what others think, and they want people to think what they want people to think. And at others' expense, they will do all it takes. 5, jealous and envious. They are never truly happy and always want more. They do not want to be seen or feel as though they are less than others. They don't want to feel unworthy or not good enough, and this is so deeply hidden. No matter what you or I say or do to make them feel good enough, it will not work. We cannot love them better. Some of us possibly want to be loved better when we don't feel enough, and for those with empathy who can communicate and compromise, this can work, give and take to heal. However, a narcissist does not want to be loved better. You cannot give what you have not got. They do not have the empathy to care for your feelings. They have no regard for how we feel, only ever about themselves. They do not want to be seen or thought of as weak, inferior, having insecurities, which we all have insecurities. They don't want to be known as vulnerable, which we all are, as to them it is weak and inferior, which to them they are not. Why? You cannot appeal to their caring side. They just see you as weak. However, if it meets a need of their own, they will stoop low enough to appear to our caring side, as they know they can use our caring our caring qualities against us. 6, a lack of empathy. They cannot truly feel what others do or put themselves in other people's shoes. They do not have the empathetic understanding to care for what they do to those around them. As long as they get their needs met, they don't care for ours, and they never will. They cannot see anything from our point of view, only ever their own. They often have cognitive empathy, meaning they can think think about how something they would do would be perceived by somebody else, which is why they can calculatedly behave one way in front of one person and another way in front of another, but they don't have the genuinely heartfelt empathy to care, to put themselves in another person's shoes, to feel how their behaviour would make somebody else feel. 7, preoccupied with power and or success. Those who are successful will brag, those who are not will blame all others. They will happily take credit for other people's success. However, they have zero interest in taking responsibility for their actions. To them, you made them do it. That never happened. To be wrong in their minds would mean having vulnerabilities and that others could exploit them, meaning they'd be weak. Therefore, in their minds, they are always right. No matter what facts or evidence you have against their reality, to them you are wrong. The facts are wrong. The evidence was tampered with. It wasn't them. And they believe it wasn't them. They believe that you are wrong. So when they are preoccupied with power and success, they will either be a powerful and successful narcissist that will take all the credit for everything and will blame shift onto those around them for anything that goes wrong, and those that are not successful will blame all others for why they will be the woe is me victim narcissist, for why their life isn't going how they expect it to go. It will always be someone else's fault. 8, requires excessive attention. They need to be admired by others through love or through fear or through hate, whatever it takes to get that attention. Whatever anyone does for them will never be enough, as they cannot regulate their own inner happiness. Truth be told, we all have our struggles of maintaining inner happiness at times, where we can see this within ourselves. A narcissist cannot. To them, it's your responsibility to make them happy. And when you fail, you've failed them. They don't see themselves as the problem, and they'll find someone who can keep them happy. Yet they don't understand that no one can truly ever keep them happy, as true happiness comes from within. It's something we regulate within ourselves, and the power of our thoughts and the power of our thoughts controlling our emotions. They don't understand that that's something that they need to control. They think that outside people and outside sources, outside belongings, possessions, things like that regulates their happiness. So as soon as things like that are taken away from them, they blame other people. They do enjoy using people as a game. They do enjoy triangulating people to get that attention, to keep them happy. 9, the belief they are special. They believe all others are inferior to them. They believe they are better than others. They seek power, dominance, and control. They seek to win. They are not interested in fairness, compromise, compassion. They see others either as a threat or someone they can exploit. They have no interest in playing fair. They seek to win at all costs to us. If they feel criticised in any way, they will seek revenge. They seek power and control of people through the silent treatments, the gaslighting, the projection, the blame shifting. They do all they can to bring other people down, and so that other people doubt themselves, so that other people try harder, so that we try harder to please them and keep them happy, slowly losing who we are. The 3 main types of a narcissist are the grandiose, who believes they are better than all others. All narcissists believe they are better than all others, but a grandiose will act like they are better than all others, and they will say they are. 2, the victim will look kind and compassionate, yet will always play the victim. 3, the malignant, an extreme mix of narcissism, antisocial personality disorder, and the psychopath with paranoid traits. The subtypes are the covert, who are usually shy and to the outside world appear kind and are very difficult to spot in society. The overt, which is the most obvious, the grandiose behaviour. They are arrogant, demanding and boastful. They have a rage very close to the surface when they don't get their own way. They are ruthless in power and control. Still difficult to spot when you don't understand what narcissism is. The somatic, they usually rely upon their body and their looks, and the cerebral. These types rely on their intelligence, although not all are intelligent, some just lie about that too. So instead of questioning why they do what they do, you know what makes them do what they do. It's who they are. They have a disorder. They don't have the same emotions that we have. They don't have the same thoughts or the same feelings that we have. They are not on the same level as us. Their capacity for understanding people on an empathetic level is just not existent. Now, some are extremely intelligent. I will not take that away from them. Some narcissistic people are extremely intelligent, which is why we have to be careful, because some are also extremely dangerous. Once we know their manipulative methods and why they do what they do and how they do what they do, it's easier to learn to manage ourselves around them. It's easier to learn that by not falling for their games, by not giving them that reaction, by taking back control of our lives, we can move forward and live a much happier life for us. Once we can take control back of our thoughts, we can take control back of our emotions, and they will be able to pull the strings left, because they do treat us a bit like puppets on the strings at time with the games they play. We can take back control of those strings, leave them to go left and do whatever they want to do with their life, while we go right and live a much happier life for ourselves. I shall add a video in the description on gaslighting, a video in the description on self-doubt, how they instill self-doubt into you and how to take back control of your thoughts. The links to the courses that I have on offer. I am quite busy with one-to-one coaching at the moment, so I shall add the link to the BetterHelp coaches available, counselling services available. Anyone has any advice for anybody else on how to recover from narcissistic abuse, because we do all have different perceptions. This channel isn't about telling you how you should think or how you should feel. This channel is about giving you ideas to think and feel for yourself and work out how you want to go forward with your life now. Thank you very much for listening. Bye.